Excuse me. So bring it down to bathroom tellers once again. We'll see what Encore is able to lock in and heal up for. Putting a lot of utility into just that time buying setup. I mean, everybody here has meant to been a delay operator. Between Screwy on that Denari and Goes on that Melusi, there's a lot of areas on this map that can be almost entirely shut down to, well, by utility. Throw in Nano with his Thorn Traps just to make things a little bit more interesting. I think you're going to have one heck of a defense that is going to be almost impenetrable. Either way, though, you have a Blackbeard on board to maybe clear things up on a quick push. It's going to follow in a Lion. I mean, two operators that do stack up usually fairly well in utility. Hit him with a Lion Scan and then send that Blackbeard in to chase him down. That's what the BB and Sprite.BB stands for. It is Sprite.Blackbeard. As this man could put up a 4K at the very least. However, Dame to find Disma early on. Quick kill to lead it out as Nomad is gone. No more flank denial at least. Caleb already in and pushing these top security floor, room floor. He's calling for some soft breach now. Ash not in position for it. Slash gonna eat some damage though. Grenade going over, but not to land on anybody. One of those mines did hit him though. Evan to find Tutulos. And that is your smoke player. Your smoke gone off board. That's a big pick in the side of this attack.
Reloading.
As he died with almost all utility still in pocket.
Establish connections.
I said it's going to be a battle of just time buying. There's a lot of Denaris set up here. I believe one of those traps just broke or triggered. Moving upstairs though. They are doing everything within their power to try and clear out and take this space here off of Screwy, and he is not giving up an inch. A lot of damage onto Sprite, and Sprite will go down to some of these Thorn Traps. Nanovirus to find him through the floor. Screwy still left in a bad situation. Triple swung by the entire attacking team, and they had to dedicate 4 bodies to power out his one position. And in my mind, that is some great math. Goes to find a long angle over onto Evan. Damage laying back and forth. Evan walking away in the least HP, but still meaning to stay upright. Goes, it did take a round or two, and the execute is now moving over, going for the wall. Ace to start ripping it open, and Evan just goes deep for sight right into Nano, who's sitting there waiting on him. Slash laying some rounds down. We do have Caleb eating some damage though. I believe that is Dame who's holding that long angle, waiting, saying please go in and try and plant that. Caleb on the walkthrough hits Nano. Ooh, doesn't. No, Nano lays a shot over onto him. And Dame with the DMR long angle hits the pixel, takes down Caleb. Slash now into the 1v3. Diffuser not in hand. 15 seconds left. This round is stacked against him by a boatload. These defenders just have to hold and keep the patience up. Swing coming over. There's all the crossfires. They were all waiting on that door. Then as soon as that Melusi tripped, look at this gunfire. It's that scene from Bonnie and Clyde where they drive through and they get shot. That was the ambush. That was the Bonnie and Clyde ambush and a historic recreation.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Fortified the wall!
Excuse me.
Explosive ordnance hot.
So Encore, their second to last defensive setup will be coming upstairs, trying to lock it down, hold it tight. They do bring, again, everything just to deny the times. They don't like the heavy pushes that they've seen from Atlantis on this map. And they're going to put a lot of utility into stopping and slowing them down. Why are we just lagging so bad? We're on only We're on the best servers that we can be on. Evan goes to trading rounds back and forth. Screwy getting hit as well. Or no, that's not Goza trading rounds with him, is it? No, that's Goza trading rounds with somebody else outside. Dame will be going for that swing, does not manage to land it. And Lion now watching for the swing out from Dame. Atlanta's definitely taking that early HP lead here. Live pings on everybody. Dame giving up position. They do have to deal with the Damos below. And Thorn to maybe walk those metal stairs. Could have set her up for a primetime pick. Dismal will find Tubulos though. Caleb still down below going for that pick around. Able to find it. Evan to find Dame though. They're making quick work of this upstairs side defense. Putting them all down really fast. Screwy is giving up some of that office side that he was holding up. Goza still playing on this half wall. No HP left to the man. He is literally living off of hopes and prayers and dreams and nightmares. We're seeing all the utility and quite literally the kitchen sink fly at Screwy right now. They're doing everything they can. More flashbangs and grenades I can count. Running through the fire as Disma eats a ton of damage, but managing to stay up with it. Goes in now, put into a bit of a precarious situation. Nano on the walk up, able to find the head of Evan. They did give up that A-side sight, however, it's still within an arm's reach of them if they need to be. Thorn now being targeted out by Damos as Damos goes for the down below plays. He needs to worry about this because they're being heavily aggressed from up above as well. And he does manage to get away, however, Disma will find Goza. Suddenly now it is just Nano left into the 1v4. Has got to hit the ace to win this round. Hits Caleb right in the face though. Gets out, escape, or rotate around. Taking that CCTV side. Diffuser is planted. Disma waiting, holding an angle on him, but not able to hit him. And a rotate once again for Nano as he goes around to find Slash. He wants to take a different fight. Slash though, there and ready, gets him down as we see Atlantis pull up 3-2. Map 3 so far. Looking like an entirely different Atlantis team than what we were witnessing earlier on, especially that last map. Good on them too. I mean, I don't blame them one bit.
Locate and defuse bombs.
Oh, of course, my controller decides to get stick drift and then disconnect. Sorry guys for the sloppy 2 seconds here. Defense from Encore once again coming upstairs. This is your moment to either bring it up to that easy, I mean, definitely doable 3-3 split, or you give Atlantis that 4-2 in their favor, in which for a map 3, that's never a good thing to hand off and give away. They may be able to run away with a good one here. I'm wondering if it's because let me just minimize the stream right now.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
And suddenly we're not lagging, okay. It's got something to do with OBS giving me trouble now. Oh well. We're balling. Castle extensions set up now to try and hold over that CC break room side. Goza going for a spawn peek. I guess you say he's Gozing for the spawn peek. Alright, Slash moving in. He's got the BB right there with him. Blackbeard taking hard aggression through. Goza is running through up into office. Still trying to find some angles. Not finding anybody though. Giving it up quick. They need to start keeping the aggression up. They have some pressure. But they put pressure that immediately fell off of it. The key element that we need to see from Atlantis is just consistent speed, right? Consistently hitting the hole when needed. That's a running back term. If they're able to get in there and play active, play off of this Blackbeard. Let him be that tip of the spear that he's usually used to being. Things will go awesome. We see some Hail Marys being traded back and forth as the grenades and the C4s go over that wall. They are attempting to open up that single wall though to go for a quick plant. Tubrow is in position though to deny it. A possible swing coming, however, Tubulos will find Slash. A little bit of a reshuffle of the round as the attacker speed has slowed. However, Tubrow goes down to Sprite. Now that main wall should be an easy one to take if they can get someone over there. DMR ringing out and Screwy to be dropped out. Good angle there from Evan. This defense has started to become a little bit complacent. They're holding up, playing slow, playing safe. Another one, Evan down below now. Easy walk up metal stairs for him. And Dame to be fried down. Evan is just playing so well and so aggressive here. Nano trying to play below for the impacts. Evan has the rotate, has the idea, gets tapped immediately. Nano with a easy headshot. Retake now up metal stairs. We do have Caleb watching. We got Disma just to fry him down as Atlantis go 4-2 in the split of map 3. Atlantis is on the comeback. I mean, that's working pretty well for them. Their attack pace was absolute. Nothing that they could, or Encore could do to really slow down most of those pushes. They were losing bodies way too frequently, and it was just overall quick succession, right? Now, though, we're going to watch Atlantis as they try and buckle up for their own defensive rides. Border has so far played extremely aggressive. I'm wondering if we're going to see them match that on the other side. Oh, did the stream just disconnect? It must have.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Odd. Okay. Thank you everybody who stayed so far through the lag, through the fire, through the flames, hung out with me. We have been lagging our absolute butts off here, but it's been a very entertaining game to boot, so worth it, right? A little bit of lag is worth it. Let's take a look at this defense, break it down a little bit while the round starts off. Never mind, Evan gonna hit a quick spawn peek there on the Tutulos. Emily comes back to retake. Is he trying for another one? He is trying for another run out. Evan playing so aggressive, 10 and 5 right now. And we see him start picking up a lot on that last map, playing as aggressive as he was, going for these run out plays there. He's kind of fed it right back into this map too. We didn't even acknowledge the bans here. Ying and Glaz, that is a definite of, hey, we don't want to deal with you guys on a quick peek. Or a quick plant. Encore have shown some very, very excellent team play around one another. And there's Slash finding Dame now, your hard breacher dead and gone. Screwy then taken down by Sprite. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this map 3, definitely looking Atlantis sided. Goes and making the rotate over to come help out Nano. We got a double run out though onto that Monty, and they will find an easy kill. However, the DMR rings true to find at least one down on there to Caleb. And he's going to be getting swung by absolutely everybody in their brother. AC4 out to find him from Evan. Flawless defense around there from Atlantis, as I think they're ready to try and tell a story for this map. And we have Encore now calling their own timeout. So, I mean, I really don't blame them. Let me hit the Spotify pre-saves for the Melodova album. Hey guys, Friday, February 6th. Make sure you guys go check out Mary River on Spotify. That is Whiskey Glitter's band. That dude has just been having a month getting Twitch partner, dropping an album. I mean, does it get any better than that? He's living my dreams right there. But boatloads of talent. The whole band is great. They're an absolute vibe, especially when you see them up on stage. Back into the game, though. Because I know, we're celebrating what's going on over there. When we have a great-looking Grand Finals right in front of us. So, attack timeout. What adjustments do you need to make? Well, for starters, you need to go over that pacing, right? Encore has just been struggling right now with the pacing that we've been watching out of Atlantis. On top of that,
Attackers
well,
need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
spawn peaks. You drop how many bodies to spawn peaks between this map and last? A couple of adjustments that would have to be made if that's what their logic and thinking there was. However, that timeout may have just been, hey, let's break their momentum a little bit. We have seen Atlantis go on an absolute run these last 3 rounds. Might go even crazier. Alright. This defense, once again, they are playing very aggressive. We got Evan with a absolute monster spawn peak again. Could find a kill on Nagoza if he's not careful. However, he's electing now to get off that angle. We see everybody on Encore playing a little bit slower out of spawn, a little bit smarter, letting the drones do the talking and the drone work happen. Screwy to get in there. Dame to hit the re-up onto him. Doubling up for Evan. A great pick as they get rid of the frag leader on this map. And they're playing very, very drone heavy now into some of this utility. They do have to battle it out, though, as Caleb will go down to Tutulos. They do have slashes upstairs in Fountain. Down below, they've got one playing Adam. I believe that is Disma. And Slash going to take the hot drop out of there. Screw managing to stay up with this blitz shield. They have a Monty on board as well. The double shield tactic does tend to work very heavily in these games. But Screw getting away with that. But an impact out of Slash to take him down. Denying at least a flawless round. And Evan back in the chat getting on these dudes' case. The toxicity is real and it matters, honestly. Get in their heads. Damn, with a floor bang there on the Dismal off the live pings. Now it is Slash and Sprite running around trying to keep it safe. They are tandemed up. That's a lot of noise being made as they run around and run to safety. But the main stairs retake now for Slash. He wants to retake this vertical. Sprite, he does have a good angle here to deny any sort of plant. But not able to get that ace charge off the wall. They hear Slash on his way up. Dame hits himself a 3K. And it is all down now to Sprite. What can he do from this position in bathroom? Well, there's not a whole lot on the menu for him. One impact and a Monty walking right there. I mean, at least he can maybe stop the plant for a couple seconds. But either way, the Monty's getting aggressive right up in his face. Monty gets team killed. Sprite takes some damage and Tutulos to find him off the long angle. That was a TK, by the way. That Monty got shot in the back. Encore looking to get to the encore of this map. Let's put it to the end and let's sing some praises, right? They are trying to make a comeback now as Atlantis does have a 2-round lead over them. They could make that 3-round comeback though, retake the lead. It will be a challenge and it will all come down to, I think, overtime of this map. Oh, excuse me.
Wall secured. Ready.
Trying to get through that. I don't know how to outdo myself.
Alright, this defense now is playing around with some upstairs vertical extension, right? They're going to be dedicating, hopefully, a lot of resources up to it. That's the only way to do it. Keep your bodies up there. We do have the Melusi gadgets coming out of pocket. Evan also up here. The dude has been absolutely on fire. Now we got him coming out here. Playing very aggressive, but Dame to shut him down right off rip. Opening pick onto their top frag once again. Just has got to be a little bit of pain. And Evan getting mad at the fact that they countered his spawn peak. What are you doing? I mean, I wouldn't even be mad at that. They're making the adaptions, Evan. That's what you got to see from the third-person perspective. They made the adaptions to counter you. They got the blitz now running in, trying to find the Azami. However, Thorn is also coming over. Dame is right there to fry one down. Up to a 2K on this round. Wall banging towards Azami. Almost hits her. Tutulos finding Sprite. And there goes Screwy getting aggressive with it. Impacted his feet, but does not land. Gets dropped down. Good night to the shield. Disma got a pick as well. Disma left extremely low. And Caleb is able to find Nano. If this one goes in the favor of Atlantis, this is something Encore will never hear the end of. They do have towards sight as Goza looks up hatch to find one. Jumping through and hitting Disma as he hits the jump through on the wall. What a shot right there. I did not expect that one. Encore making that comeback now, up to 4-5, starting down at 2-5? It isn't a mountain in front of them that they got to mount up to climb, but I'm not taking my faith out of Atlantis yet. They have played very well up until this point on this map. I mean, I'm expecting them to maybe walk out of here with a good one. Azami and Blitz now being pulled away. I mean, I kind of figured. Right? Like, Azami is good. That's a normal ban. The Blitz has been running all over your attacks or your defenses. He's doing great. That's yeah, big things coming. Oh my, I think I'm starting to get a fever because I'm losing my mental's gone. I don't know where I'm at. I'm talking out of my butt here. We do just be winging it this one, chat. Armory defense now coming up here with that little extent, or with the secondary site, a bomb extension coming out to offices and one over to CC. That is a proper way to set up a hold here. Let's see though if they are ready for another spawn peek out of Evan. He is ripping it open the across wall with the DMR. I would not be surprised though if he goes for it. He has been just so aggressive, so ballsy with some of his plays that right now is not the time to let up, right? Slash trying to get into that spawn peak battle with, I believe that is Tutulos, not able to find it. Dame is waiting, has that long angle up into the run out from Evan, but not able to find him on it. Screwy, who's down 2 and 8, will be bringing out that Blackbeard shield. I'm hoping to see some heavy aggression out of him. If they're able to go for that small little archives door, go in, make it a rush plant attempt, but just run that Blackbeard deep for sight. They have the Lion on board ready to provide some coverage. Blackbeard making the punch over. He hears or knows there's one right at his window. And this Legion does have some good positioning. It is a solid lay down hold up spot. Jumping out for Blackbeard, gunned down by Goza. Good trade, honestly, losing your Legion, but you take out their shield player. We all know how good and aggressive Blackbeard can be. Evan eating some damage over there in security. That is Tutulos coming up through the east side stairs, going for some long angles, eating some smoke. He runs up hallway. He is not slowing down even a millimeter right now, taking every inch that they're willing to give him. However, he needs to be worried about this peek over from Slash. Slash holding for this main hallway. All he has to do is swing 90, and he has a free kill there on a Tutulos, but Toot decides to pull it deep. Slash holding for that run inside, giving up now that 90 reinforcement. They're getting rid of it. Evan to hit Tutulos with a round. That is major damage now onto that Nomad. She is extremely lit. And Goza now has got to find a different angle to play against. You had that Blackbeard ahead of you earlier. Yeah, he tends to provide good cover for you. But this Encore attack has pretty much stalled out for this round. As I say that, though, Evan gets dropped by 2 Eulos. Good headshot coming out of him. And Evan is raging at every single death he takes. Caleb trying to peek aggressively, swinging himself around towards that office door. Luckily, no one was there waiting and watching it. And that is now the main wall for plant coming open. The ace doing great things there. 2 Eulos will go down though to Sprite. A good pick on their side. Grenade gonna land close for Fountain. Down goes Slash. A good grenade pick. 10 seconds left in this round. They've got to start the execute now. Flashbang's coming in. Caleb is holding close. Sprite is flashed out. Shotgun up. Down goes your Damos. Down goes Goza. Sprite to find Nano. As Atlantis puts us on the map point. 4 to 6. Pin on 4. Walk it back and finish off the night, or will we be seeing map 4? Excuse me. The game of cat and mouse. The tug of war that's been going on between these two. Maybe starting to come to a close-up.
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
If Atlantis is able to pull this one up, they will close that gap. Just a map down. Still a lot to play for. Map 4 will be interesting, as I believe it is Nighthaven Labs. And we've seen how Atlantis have played this. NHL plays very, very similar of the extension playstyle that you will watch in Mortar. So I'm expecting maybe all 5 tonight. If we see all 5, I'm gonna cry, ladies and gentlemen, because my head hurts.
I dare you to come closer. I dare you. I'm ready for you bastards.
I need a tissue. Ugh. God. Alright, back into it. Evan goes for a quick run out. Hits goes in the face. Good night to the Lion. I'm surprised we didn't see him run back and start talking trash, because that's so far been his playstyle. It reminds me of old-timey Siege. He is covering very heavy now on this office side. Going for a swing out now. Sees the hand and head of Nanovirus. And swings him with an almost empty P90. He does manage to get the kill. But he's being door bang, wall bang. Dame to find him. Now he's going to have his chance to talk his trash, right? That's an easy 2K in the bucket for him. As Evan has been leading this map so far with 2 kills. Slash finding an easy 1 and 2 Eulos. Atlantis could close this map out right now and send us into the number 4. 2v4 situation. It is still all to play for, though, as Dame is able to find one, fries him down. The clash, though, up on Screwy is going to be an absolute menace. Grenade out onto her. Almost hits, almost lands. I'm surprised that she didn't lose her shield, though, because she definitely got the emplacement down. Slash, though, hits a quick peek there. Dame was being live pinged the whole run around. And there's really not a whole lot Screwy can do. The clash running right at him. Grenade going out. A swing out from Slash. Keeps on wanting to go for it. Screwy to find him, though. Quick, easy kill. Disma plants the shield and picks it back now as he wants to chase after Screwy. He wants to chase him down. He wants to force this kill. However, Screwy pulling the Damos pistol, trying to pull the easy kill. Not able to find it yet. Hits the jump over on the railing. Coming up now behind. He knows Sprite is nearby. Sprite holding close in servers. They've got the live pings. Here comes Disma, live ping again. That clash is a walking death camera. And Screwy gonna be going for that plant now. Baits off, unsticks it. Screwy does find that kill onto Sprite. And now, Encore have a legitimate shot at winning this round if he can get rid of the clash. Lands one bullet into her. Just needs a couple more. There's some more. There's some more. Hits her. She's down to 1 HP. All she has to do is survive. Survive, Clash. Survive for map 4. No, Screwy shuts him down. 5 to 6 now. This map 3 is still drawing ever closer to the end. The Clash was baiting perfectly, just not able to close it out. Oh, I thought for sure he was gonna get her, or she was gonna survive it. It has become more and more rare to see shields lose that playstyle. Come on, guys, let's get some love in the chat for these two teams, though.
Bombs from being defused by attackers.
I seen y'all in there rooting and cheering earlier. Where'd y'all go? Get back in here. Start chatting. That's a command. I'm demanding it. Atlantis has one more shot here at match point before this whole map could slip away. If OT hits, Encore, if they heat up for it, could go absolutely insane, as they did start to march a comeback on those last couple of rounds. This map has fallen very, very attacker-sided so far as well. Evan prepping out another spawn peek. This man has just been too aggressive. Finding some damage on the Dame, not enough to shut him down. He's going for another spawn peek, of course, because why wouldn't he? Dame knows about it, sees him, ripping rounds right at him, just misses his head by a millimeter. They need to give up that push now. Get some more intel, place somebody over there, find where Evan's at, and hit him from a side flank, right? That is how you shut a man like him down.
Need to reload.
Tutulos pinching up now with Screwy as they manage to take out Disma. That gives them some free access into sight. However, Evan is right here on the other side of the wall. Grenades coming up after the Ella. Evan, though, has the backside of Customs, takes him down, out to detention, runs out, not able to find nothing. And there's the Deimos pings, giving him some very, very good info. The Deimos is deep now and working his way through server rooms. Dame eating a ton of damage outside still, and the diffuser will be planted in by Nano. Evan goes down to Dame. Diffuser is planted. Caleb will find the Monty with a C4. It goes down to a 2v3. All they have to do is stay alive and stay outside and just bait for this diffuser, right? Well, that's the goal. But Screwy is going in. Screwy is pushing deep. And Screwy is taking names and bullying these dudes. Going back up top. Grenades coming out. He is being aggressed over now by Caleb. Caleb pushing with a pistol of his own. Trying to find him. Ammo count really not in his favor. They need to make a move now for this diffuser. Not able to find it. Caleb doesn't know where it's at. They don't know it was planted at door in a very ballsy spot. Screwy got to continue on the fight. Caleb to go down. And there goes the Ella as well. I think Slash TK'd Caleb though because there was a second left. Either way, all TKs go to the caster's KD inventory. Encore bringing back map 3 now, 6 to 6. As I think they want to close out the night, right?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, Atlantis wanting to maybe put a sock in the end of this one. They do start with defense though, which so far Border has been falling rather attacker-sided. Atlantis gonna go upstairs, set up, prep up, see what you can lock down, right? However, we do know Encore have been playing their attacks very well, spreading their kills out fair amongst one another. And now out comes that
10
Monty.
seconds left.
He has been a center point for a lot of their good attacking rounds.
5
Keep the
seconds
shields up in front of you, and Ace coming out onto Goza as well, telling me that they plan to plant for that small wall once again in the live pings. We need to see, is there an Evan spawn peek? He runs out going for it, not able to find a soul. Now Slash watching the other side angle. Like I said, these spawn peeks from these guys have just been so detrimental. And honestly, I will key that in as one of the win cons of Atlantis. They got to get a pick off spawn. They got to lay a ton of damage off spawn. Lately, they just haven't been these last couple of rounds. Evan, though, that's not for a lack of trying on him. They've just spawned away from him, or they wait for him now. Slash eating some damage as he's trying for the kill on a Tutulos. Toot gets a live drone right on to Evan as they exchange rounds back and forth. That DMR hits a lot harder than that AR does, though. Tutulos kind of pinned in spawn right now, giving his team the perfect opportunities to keep moving forward. Live pings from Nano to at least assist a little bit with the location of that Warden. Expect a floor bang, honestly. We know they've enjoyed doing that. We've seen them get a couple floor bang kills this round or this game. It's a live ping there. Slash eating some damage. Screwy taking some rounds down through. There's the fire as Goza takes Slash out. And Goza going in. Dame to find one as well onto Caleb. Putting up Encore though so far in live count, but don't let it fool you that it could still go in the favor of Atlantis. Evan is still up. The win con still has a DMR in his hand. He could just swing and get a couple of kills here. But with this Deimos, going to be, I think, dedicating a lot of his utility and his life to getting rid of him. The long angle holding across. More utility burned. The long angle onto Tutulos, even without this magnification or the scope, he manages to pick him. C4 up from Monty, manages to find the kill. Evan pulling the 2K like we said he should. Manages to slip away into the night.
Couldn't find.
And Deimos burning almost every single one of his, or not burning him, but using every single one of his death marks so far to try and track down Two-Brow. Luckily, it does not pull him out of his inventory as they're used if they fail like that. And he is going to send another one this time, though, after the Goyo. Trying to play the vert against him from below. That is what makes Deimos so good. And there we goes, is down will go Sprite. Finishes him off. I think Evan was standing right there. Goes for a knife on his own teammate. Little does he know that doesn't work. Evan, though, at 16 and 10, looking to drop himself a 20 bomb. Hits Dame right in the face. Triple kill on this round for Evan. Goza and Screwy need to get active here. 4K up for Evan. He wants to swing Goza. He wants to hit the ace here, right? Goza to find one. Spraying through the walls of one another. Evan hits the ace with a pistol. That was a round out of him that he started with that aggression. And he's going to be what leads Atlantis on to victory, I think. At least for this map. I'm just... That is an in awe at that ace. That he pulled that out of nowhere, honestly. However, now it's down to Encore and how they want to set up their defense. This time they elect to bring a Pulse as well as a Valkyrie. That is a ton of intel set up and on board. Tutulos bringing out that Malusi. A little bit of sound and a little bit of area denial. Stack it up with that Bandit, with the Azami. This should be a very intricate defense to hold. Some that locks down, however, Atlantis, they have the key to this lock already. They got Blackbeard on board. They're going to be bringing it out with a Glaz as well. That Glaz on Disma, he should play super aggressive. Sense is coming in key. They're doing a lot of operator swap rounds. Pretty much everybody but the Blackbeard being swapped. They're going to play heavy and aggressive, I think, for their attacks. Let's take a minute and appreciate Evan's KD stats right here, dude. One more kill and he's going a 2.0 average of a 20 bomb with 10 deaths. That is a stat line and a half for any league that you're in. However, Dame is watching, waiting for the quick rush in. Sprite gets a ton of damage. Here comes your Blackbeard, but down he goes. Caleb to find one on the screen. Tutulo's there for Slash, though. The Blackbeard's still up. C4 ready to go when needed. Blackbeard whips a grenade straight at him and swings it with the rifle up behind. Down, gets a pick. Tutulo's gunned down by Caleb. Plant is going down now with the suicide half wall to be denied below, hopefully by this Pulse. They need Pulse to get into a good position here. Glaz holding a cross angle all the way long. Desmo to find Nano, and it's down now to Goza in a 1v2, and Ash still up. The Glaz still up. Puts his back right to Glaz, and Glaz has the angle for coverage. Diffuser is planted. All Goza really has to do is just shut down this Ash. Gonna be immediately going in now for the defuse, or at least maybe should be baiting it. Desmo, though, almost finding an angle. Ash trying to get open and available, swinging, but Caleb to find him as Atlantis go 8-6 on map 4, or map 3. Map 4 is on the way as Atlantis finally put one up on the board tonight. Holy cow, though, 8-6 is a long map. Update that, and we will be right back after a quick break as we prep up now for map 4. Toodles in a minute, guys. Night Haven Labs. One of the most visually appealing maps of the modern day siege. Bans are coming through right now as we lose the Blackbeard, the Thatcher, and then the double wall denials of Kaid and Bandit. Excuse me. I do love the idea of a Blackbeard ban there. Getting him off the board is amazing.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
What was I saying? I forget where I'm at. Either way, a good Night Haven defense. It's kind of like baking a cake, man. With the right ingredients, you give it a little bit of time to rise up, and then next thing you know, you got a good cake,
10
dude.
seconds left before insertion.
It's a good Night Haven defense.
5 seconds.
It's gotta know how to play it, man. You gotta know how to mix the elements together, see what works where it doesn't. A little bit of sprinkles here and there as we see Screwy going for the roam. Boom. A little bit of cake. The mirrors are a great setup for a good defense here. It will lock down so much of this map. And it makes a main wall push next to impossible. With the mirror trick currently in effect, everybody knows it, everybody loves it, but they don't have a setup for it as of right now. And an instantaneous breach on the side of Atlantis. However, we do see Evan get his head absolutely removed and staked off as he went up to go try and punch that mirror. Caleb has this top rafters control. The Clash sees him. He knows he's there. And there's Tootlos trying to get a re-swing around. Caleb left down to 1 HP. They do have Screwy down below. He's going to be a major factor in what they continue on with this defense. However, a quick swing from the side of Nano. And that puts this attacking team down a couple of bodies. Goza, he gets hit by a Nomad, but manages to stay up himself. The Monty now trying to face check. We have Disma playing deep now, coming over for Warehouse Wall. Gonna start ripping it open right next to Nano. There goes Wall, and you got the Monty moving around, making the pushes needed. Screwy to find Slash. Down a goal Dame, though. It's all about what Disma can pull while up on these rafters. Expect a hard, aggressive swing here from Nano. The goggles are active. There's a quick shotgun to the side, and Disma pulls one of his own. And yeah, just gonna finish the kill on the Dame because why not? Going for a quick repeat again. Shotgun on a Nano. However, he is dropped down by, I believe that is Goza. Goza's still locking his shield up, not letting anybody play against him. As I'm saying, a revive there onto the Thermite is almost sudden death as Jaeger is watching. And wouldn't you know it, the swing counts. First round of this one going into the favor of Encore. That was a very good defense that kind of, how do I word this? I don't want to say stapled into one another. But they played off of one another very, very well.
By attackers.
New camera feed up and running. Activating camera. Home improvement time.
Excuse me. Basement defense now. How do you want to set this one up? Well, of course, you want to feed it heavy into the roam play. That is something that Encore loves to do, is they've been setting the pace. That is kind of what costed them the border match. And the tire guys said, can we get a PC check on Screwy? No, we don't think he's cheating. We just want to make sure his PC is actually turned on. After that last map performance with him, that is kind of funny, kind of rude, kind of funny. I mean, really funny. Either way, though, the main breach will come open, playing it straight into where those mirrors are sitting and waiting. just chillax and saying, hey, we dare you to make this attempt. It's going to be a super heavy execute. Evan up on the coverage behind. Sprite to go for a play here is denied, though. The amount of gunfire raining in on him. He's left down to about 1 HP. More C4s, more grenades, more impacts. They're just not able to shut him down. Not laying enough damage out and over onto that Monty. Monty managing to stay up now. Plant is down. This is almost a guaranteed win for the attacking team. There's nothing this defense can do here besides maybe get a couple of kills. Slash down up above. They did lose the Monty. Screwy is still up. They could maybe flip this one around as a quick peek onto Disma will catch him. However, Caleb finding Screwy is looking up above, trying to find where Evan's at. Evan is just protecting that defuse with his life. There's Caleb to walk it in with, I believe, a 4K to close out their attacking round. Heck of a start to this map so far, both pulling hard in the other directions. Basement round once again. I mean, do we see a tube round maybe? No. Instead, a smoke and a clash coming online. Go ahead. I think they're saying, we want you to try and rush this again. We want you to try and do that again. Do it, please. Because they have everything set up. That Monty almost died to that C4. If that would have been a pick in their favor, I would have thrown my entire wallet on a defensive win there. But the Monty surviving the C4, getting that plant down, made it almost a on lock for the attacking team. I say almost because they did start dropping bodies really hard right after. This time, though, Sprite over on Team Atlantis, dropping off from the Monty and bringing out the Blitz, trying to level that aggression up just a little bit, and it makes sense. I mean, look at the operators they're bringing right now. Putting that in line with the Demos, stacking the RAM and the IQ on top. I'm expecting a very hard, aggressive Atlantis push here, but the Boss GA cog from Dame does not land. Instead, he whiffs it right over the shoulder of IQ. They are still going to be trying to hold this aggressive upstairs hold. Screwy is going to maybe put the screws to him, though. Server side hold up here. Evan through the CC hallway to lay round towards Dame, managing to get an easy pick on him as Dame is running away from Sprite and not Blitz. Blitz ever so aggressive, chasing him down, getting up in, taking a ton of space. Luckily, Screwy's able to get away. But this is going to be a very fast vertical downplay from the Atlantis attacking team. Or will it, as all pace and momentum has seemed to kind of slow down and chillax a little bit. Evan trying to maybe poke and prod the vertical is greeted with a C4 from the Mira. And main hatch now coming open. Mira eating a ton of damage. This vertical game is deadly. We do see Goza leading the push across with Tutulos behind. Screwy gonna be playing aggressive up onto this IQ. Tutulos is able to find Evan. A great pick on his side. Super shorty on the Mozzie. Upped his pick rate, by the way, almost tenfold. He's finally back in the fold, back in the rotation, back in the playstyle. Ram going to be going down, trying to play aggressive. She's got the diffuser. She needs to get the plant. However, this IQ upstairs is going to make any sort of denial a little bit difficult. And with Ram going down, they are going to be executing forward. Screwy has got to hold. He's got Nano down there with him. Sprite eating a lot of damage off of this shotgun. Manages to hit the flash out, though. Tuchulos finding Caleb. Sprite hitting Screwy as he lays himself into a wall. And Slash will be getting the plant settled down. And with that diffuser down now, Nano's in a bad spot. The feet hole's giving him away straight to the thermite. There's really not a whole lot Goza can do here as Tuchulos feeds himself again to Disma. Finds one, but Sprite is right there to shut him down as Atlanta seems to be locking in on these style of maps. We've seen it with Border. We're watching it happen live on Nighthaven. I think they want to play all 5. With that last set of bans,
Attackers need
definitely
to
some
locate
targets,
and
right?
defuse as many bombs as they can.
we watched them remove the Clash. We watched them remove the Blitz. They seem to maybe be targeting down at those thorns on the side. No pun intended, as Thorn is a great operator now, and she does hit you right in the side where it hurts. Blitz, though, has been absolutely ruining their day and running in like a freight train. Goza has been loving that Clash shield, keeping it up and active at all times. Overall, a good set of bans coming out here. Hopefully going to be enough to maybe slow down this attacking speed. I mean, these last 2 rounds has been something else. I thought for sure that Encore had the meta, had the method to slow them down, but right now we're watching them once again heat back up and reignite as Caleb is now leading the team at 5-2. Caleb wanted to aggress that warehouse side, and really, I mean, that's probably their best push attempt right now. Get in there with the multi, start moving up. Evan does have that bottom cargo side take immediately going through, and this defense is, however, prepped very heavily for a warehouse take. Ace saying, well, here, let me take a couple walls and at least play around so that you guys get off of the peak for my team. Oh, man. Desma going for the pre-fires. Tubulos go. Gonna be laying some rounds out onto him, but not able to land enough to get a kill. A couple flakes of damage. That's all you get. Flake of damage. Evan down below trying to see what he can find. We do see Tubulos go down though. Desma getting a great pickup onto him. That should open up this warehouse side just a little bit, and we see Monty immediately going up to try and take advantage of that. However, the Legion mines, oh so useful, oh so deadly. And Nano going down for the push onto Evan. That would have been a great clear. You get rid of that buck below. Slash hitting Nano, just not able to control that recoil a little bit. That SMG-12 is an absolute monster. I mean, does great damage. However, that recoil pattern is a little wanky. And Slash, tons of damage onto him from the Legion, who managed to hit the peak around. However, Caleb is right there for the wall bang, putting Legion down, allowing the Monty to maybe get his teammate up. Goza does have this backstab attack, though. Dame will go down, finding Caleb on the runaround. 2 picks for Goza, but Dismal right there to shut him down as we watch Atlanta now, or Atlantis pull up 3-1 over top of Encore for map 4. So where'd that guy go that was cheering everybody on? Where'd you go?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
As we move into basement, it looks like Encore may have just ran out of steam. Off those first 2 maps, they did pull them heavily in their favor. And then that last map, I mean, they struggled a little bit with trying to dictate pace like they did on the first 2. This map, honestly, they're running into about the same equation, the same problems, and it's just stumping them. Right now, Atlantis has them dialed in. They're giving it the full passion project. And that is what it takes for a best of 5, is you need to muster that will.
Target detected.
Ew. Into a tissue. I'm all stuffy. Ugh. Dame looking to try and get hot right now. 1 and 4. He brings out the Vigil. It is a basement side setup. Him and Tutulos playing it very, very aggressive up for a possible roam. C4 up through the floor does not land from Goza. That was a smart play, just not the heads up intel that he needs. He needs someone else on cameras. That's what a lot of Valkyries fail to do, is get someone to watch their cameras for them to see for, right? I believe we did hear the main wall come open downstairs. Dame to be dropped by Evan, who has been coming back, hopefully, to this heater. Even Dame's gonna say that was a nice shot. Tutulos getting aggressive against Caleb here. Managing to get away with his life, laying a ton of damage. And then a C4, just maybe for good measure. It's not gonna kill him. Caleb ran away. He knew to keep his life up.
Charge. Stay clear.
Now the vertical is coming open. We got the ram ripping the floors. Hatches are now free. And is all setting up to be a quick execute here. The timer winding down. Hopefully the precision element of Atlantis hits. But where's Evan? Well, he's trying to aggress through the back stairs, right where Screwy is trying to play. Nano able to find Slash. I believe that was off the vertical, as the vertical game has been absolutely wild. Shotgun into the feet of Sprite, laying lots of damage around, but not able to find him. Tutulos going to play the hatch. We got Screwy taking down Caleb. Goes to find Disma. Sprite is still up, but man, is he hurting. And there is Screwy with a good kill. Nano is just laying down on the job. Evan up, gonna hit the flashbang. Maybe finish the kill onto that Warden just for funsies. And now he's got Vert up above Screwy, and that's a fast one for him as he puts himself into a 3K. 1v1 now. Evan versus Goza. Who's going to throw the team in the backpack first to carry him on for another round win? Winning this one would put the side of Atlantis up 4-1. Opening up a possibility for a 5-1. However, Goza's right there. Goza hits him. Evan almost landing the quick peek around. But the rounds rip right over him. Good night, says Goza. And, I mean, Encore looking to maybe at least get a 3-3 split on their defenses. Not something you want to be saying when it talks about Nighthaven Labs, right? Nighthaven tends to be more into that almost 50-50 mark. Or more defender-sided than 50-50.
Defenders protect the bombs from being defused by attackers.
All set.
Bench is deployed.
This dude said they're clashing, predicting a max OT. I could see all 5 maps.
Laser gate in position.
Bench is ready and waiting.
So with Encore now locking it up for a mid-side hold.
Surveying for hostiles.
I mean, I expect an oddity of a round. This is not the most common spot. A bit of a predicament hold. Evan gonna be rushing in and finding Screwy, laying a ton of damage. DMR v DMR right there. And suddenly all that utility in that 90 haul is gone. Nano looking to maybe come around for an assist. Tutulos to find the free kill there onto Sprite, and down goes your shield. One of your entry players there, man. Pulled off board pretty quick. The main wall downstairs ripped open. It sounds like IT just to go with it. The warehouse side push is coming along strong. Dame, though, however, falling off the CC hallway, realizing, hey, I don't actually need to be this aggressive holding. I can give up some room. We got teammates down below. We got teammates holding absolutely everything. Bottom warehouse is being covered like a hawk by Goza. There's some very heavy drone work coming in now from this attacking team. Evan gonna go through, spot out Tutulos. Tutulos too concerned with the attack up above to worry about the lurking knock. And that is right where she wants you to be. concerned with literally everybody else. Disma to be found by Nano through the floor, though. That is Pulse doing Pulse things. Good spray down by him. 3v3. We still have Evan lurking, roaming, playing for that cutoff flank route. And, I mean, that's just what Knock is good for. You put a DMR in her hand, she becomes even better. Dame, though, who moved down into the CC stairs, could put himself right in the way there. Caleb is aggressing through the CC side. Slash holding that bottom warehouse. Live ping out from Nano. He gives out at least location of who is that up there. Well, that was your Ram. Slash is now gone. Gun down by Goza. Dame holding nose. Caleb hears him. Swing out. Caleb with a great kill. To at least put life count somewhere stable for them. However, Goza up to his 2k though. Frying down Evan. Caleb has got to go out and try and find this diffuser. And now, free 2v1, Caleb not in a very good spot. And as he tries to jump through, goes this holding that angle for the 3k. Pulling it back at least for Encore to bring a 3-3 split. Hey, thank you for the follow, John T. Really does mean a lot to me, man. That's what we're here for. We're small. We're just here having some fun. Oh my. Hey Patch, I see you. What's up, Patches? Solid dude. Thank you for coming out. Bands rolling through as the Mira and the Ace are gone. Enjoyable.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Excuse me.
I'm reloading.
Throwing a dread mine.
Three out your place.
So this defense, God, I feel it horrible. So they also got rid of the Maverick and the Azami. So Evan once again trying to play that aggressive DMR spawn peak that we've been watching him work with. He's been playing it very well. This attack though gonna be hopefully moving as more of a unit. Blackbeard on board for Goza. He's gonna be playing that kind of entry role. Dame going down to Evan though with a mile out spawn peak there through the meeting room. That is also your Thatcher now dead. This wall becomes a whole lot harder to hit. Thankfully, you do have EMP impacts, but will it be enough? My vote is no because, well, look at that tuber owl. Right on time. The vert, though, needs to come up below and maybe start preventing him. Needs to get someone in there to maybe take Disma out or at least rotate the push around. Slash trying to play aggressive here. And Tuchelos moving up. He's got the live drinks. Finds Caleb. The Fenrir is down now. Top warehouse is a little bit free. Twitch drone going in, shutting down one of the two ground gadgets. However, Disma still has a pocket loaded with him. One more goes up on the wall, and there is no Twitch drone left on standby to shut him down. Here comes Blackbeard now to make his presence known. Tuchelos already walking up through that meeting room hall. And hopefully Goza is going to be the one to take charge here. Nano going outside now, taking the main connector breach. I mean, that pretty much just tells you right there, hey, we're going to take connector side. Even though the force to be reckoned with. Tuchelos, though, to find him. Hits him as he goes for a shoulder peek. 3v4 now. This one leaning into the side of Encore. Sprite, Slash, and Disma all stacking up for that E-box door. Live ping right on the head of, I believe that is, Tuchelos? Or Nano. As he crawls up. The third breaching charge in handy. Down will go Disma. I believe we watched was that Tuchelos try and jump in on top of him. Feeds him an easy death. So either way, that main wall is now breached open. Nano's left at 1 HP. Smokes are going to go in to try and cover a plant. And as he sends him deep, he's not able to hit right where that Kaid is standing. Screwy going for plant now. Blackbeard is set up with the gun up to cover. But here comes Kaid as he runs through. Goza will get him, but it's now up to Slash, who does have those Inox on. Screwy coming up, laying damage around, but Slash with a shotgun is just slightly better at that angle. Exactly, John T, you got it. Followers equal subs, subs equal growth, growth equals more opportunities. I mean, man, I'm not, how do I word this? I don't care for the subs, if you know what I mean. Like, there's really no point in them. I'm pretty sure I have ads turned off. Save your money. 2026 is just the year of growth, man. Trying to build the Twitch channel, following up, just trying to get as many games in as we can. I've casted for over a week straight now. My voice is absolutely shot because of it. I was going to try and go for one daily, but I don't know if I can do all that. Yeah. Year of growth. That's all 2026 will be. There is no money to be made here. I'm not charging leagues to do their league matches. I'm actively begging people not to sub. And I'm pretty sure the ads are shut down for the year, so like I said, we're just here to provide some good quality Siege content, let you guys get some of these good views in on these teams, these guys who want to be the next up, the next coming of Stomp, and they want to be that next Ashen player, if you know what I mean. You know, who are we to say no to, hey, just come watch them play. The Lion skin will come out rather early. They are getting live pings right now onto where Slash is. They know he wants to peek for this window. He's instead saying, hey, I just want the vert, man. And Evan going for a run out here. Atlantis has been so aggressive with their defensive style. And Caleb just going to show it right there as he finds that pick onto Tuchelos. They need to find a way to get this Monty or this blitz in quick. Dame off to an absolutely slow start to this game. Nano right there with them. I got a feeling that's kind of been the thing holding Encore down for this map. They just don't have that frag power that they had on those first two. Impact landing right to the side of Goza. He's going to immediately go for the chase down on him. I believe that is Caleb down there, who's in lobby, but he's got Slash down there with him. Slash to find Dame with a good headshot through Lounge. And these two are going to immediately link back up. Even though top warehouse, he had that control. Instead, he elects now just to give up the roam, give up the flank, and put his body down where his team needs him. I know I hate to do it. It is a best of 5, and it will be the grand finals final map, but I don't know if I could keep going. I am, like, absolutely stunned right now, dude. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know the operators. I'm just free ball winging it and seeing what sticks. Encore trying to bait the planting. Caleb to find Goza. Screwy to find one. Nano to get Caleb. 2v3 situation now as these two are trying to draw it ever so much closer. But they've got Slash, who is waiting and chilling. Has the back angle. Nano knows he's there. Sprite finds them both, though, as he puts Atlantis up by a couple more. Atlantis may just run away with map 4. And Evan has not stopped talking this map. I see you casted Arena, Glisten. I know leagues. I do AGL. I do a bunch of console stuff whenever those are active. PC, I kind of bounce around. I've done things with Divine Core. I've done things in Mukbang. I do things in AEL and XGS. I cast Coast when it was around. I just kind of go wherever there's events and just follow them around. I need to get more games in for XGS. I'm just having scheduling issues with them. And because like they require a set determined schedule, a positive you're gonna be there. In the way I work, I don't always have a set schedule. I don't know what days I'm gonna take off. Like I can't put my actual work life on hold to come over and cast games, so I don't have the set schedule. Like I don't have a schedule I can give them that works out with them. And I can't promise my availability even if I say I'm available, because some days I just won't be. Some days I'll be, you know, stuck at work for an extra 3 hours. It's hard for me to get in with XGS, but I would love to take more games with them. I'm on schedule to pick more up. I don't know when I can. You know, that's what I mean. I don't want to leave them high up a stream without a paddle if I ever say I can do it, and then all of a sudden I just can't. Anyway, back into what matters though. They are trying for the execute here. The third way is a wall, but it is being easily denied. Thanks to Dismal on the Tuberel. But once again, shut down there. The third Thatcher going and Dismal to find him again. Right here is why Thatcher has become king with his new rework. That wall is just so close to coming open. He will get rid of the other one. Tubulo runs in, finds one onto Sprite, but Disma's right there to shut him down. Main wall now going to come open, and suddenly they have lost a good piece of footing into the IT extension. Slash is playing down below. He is playing very aggressive. We got Evan also joining him down there, trying to clear for basement. I believe it's Nano who actually wants to push him. I don't know what the agreement is of why they're going for a basement push here and a basement hold. But I know Nano definitely thinks Evan's a weirdo, and Evan thinks Nano's a weirdo, and we're going to see that in chat here in about 2 seconds. I know it. Just the way that these two teams have been. Dame going for that connector wall, setting it up. We got Goza pushing hard through electric. The split is there as they start to attack this vertical in tilt. Disma to be found by Screwy. Now it's down to Caleb and Slash down in in first floor. That's why I'm so confused about this push. It's a first floor hold. I was for some reason just so focused on the upstairs setup I didn't even realize they weren't holding for the command storage. Caleb is still up, and he has so far this map been a win con for his team. Someone that we need to watch Encore push out of position. With only 30 seconds left, though, they don't have a whole lot in the books besides maybe forcing a plant down. Dame running over. Slash is watching, holding close tight on these boxes. All it needs is a good pre-fire. Flash is going in. Dame gets taken down as Slash outweights him. Caleb defying Goza. Suddenly, now we're down to a 2v2. They both double stack up. They're going to be pushing for Slash. Slash has the angle. Pops his fire for a default jump in. Kill up for Nano. And there is Screwy to find Caleb. Oh, wait, no. He burned himself alive. Either way. Good round there out of Encore as they're trying to push themselves back into this map. Oh god, I'm dead. I need to go to bed. Season 8 is mid-run. I saw Rite of Passage is signing up right now. Yeah.
Defenders, protect your
Yeah,
bombs
I
from
think they're
being
taking
defused by
applications right
attackers.
now for production stuff as well.
Setting a mine.
See about trying to get some more stuff done in there. I gotta make time for myself in that league. I can't. Can't just keep going on without doing stuff there, right? That's a good way to get blacklisted out of that, just doing stuff like that out, and XGS is the way forward right now.
All quantified.
Mine going up. Device activated.
So as the upstairs setup is coming to lock down that CC server side, we got Evan once again prepping a aggressive playstyle. He's got vending window open, ready to make a jump out as required. And there it comes, finding almost a kill at the spawn peak. Instead, he gets ripped very hard. And Tubulos runs in to take down Caleb almost immediately. The bandit is set up for bandit tricks with Disma there as well. That should be enough to deny whatever plays they want to make on this wall. However, if they are able to go and play below, things will get nutty. Thermite, Fuse, almost hitting the double trick on it. And Tubulos getting rid of that one Fenrir trap for this top warehouse, trying to get aggressive and make his push through. Blackbeard needs to get over here and help him out just a little bit. Going for the wall and window bang. They've got one playing extremely close. The head is exposed and available. Down he goes as Tubulos rips the pistol and runs in there, shoddy in hand. Goes trying to make the play over now. Bandit is dead, so this wall should be free, right? Did you play the vertical? Fuse charge going off. They do manage to get the IT wall once they can get rid of this last trap. Tubulos eating tons of damage from the E-box side as Slash is able to gun him down. Evan playing down below. Main wall is ripped open. 4v3 style as we see Encore start to maybe take some strides forward. Slash, grip, rip, C4 out, does not land. Connector wall open. Dam going in now for a attempted possible run-in and pick, but they've got warehouse now. Top of it locked down and blocked off. It's all going to be a fight to get out of this electrical side. Goza finding Evan. Great pick from him. Evan seems very confused at that. Slash overextending, over swinging just a little bit. They need to find a way now, maybe for that warehouse wall. Connector is being aggressed and pushed. If we see Nano go up there, he might be able to get a pick out on the Slash. Slash, though, instead re-swinging E-box, going after the Thermite. Thermite, no more charges in hand. And Disma trying to swing out. They know Connector is where the push is intending to come from. However, what they don't know is it is a full rotate around for the outside, over to warehouse. Screwy gonna find Slash as he jumps out. Disma for a gun down on Dame. And they're going to be pushing so aggressive here. C4 ripped and thrown out. That Blackbeard needs to be the one to maybe make this face check a little bit aggressively. As there's only 20 seconds left, they're going to be pulling a rotate around. Going over for that CC side. Disma's still up. Taking the 1v1 against Screwy. Screwy trying to hit the top peak and quick fire onto him. And here comes the Blackbeard running in, going for the kill as Goza shuts down Dismas. We tie it up now, Encore 5-5. What a smart play. Keep somebody back there to go for the plant. Keep the tap fire going with that Fuse. That way he keeps wanting to take your fight and run your Blackbeard up the face of him. Good IGLing there on the side of Encore. Smart play, smart rotates.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Map 5 is still on the horizon, however, Encore looking to put it away at 4.
Activating camera.
I'm telling you right now, if this thing goes OT all 5, I'm gonna be so upset. mean, so tired and so upset, but definitely so upset.
Loading new mag.
Evan, being the spawn peak demon that he is, come on, hit something. Go for the run out. Right? He does. He runs out. There goes Goza, your top fragger. The leader of the picks so far this map. And a great one in the back pocket as your IQ is gone. She is someone who would be so big at denying most of your team's playability right now. Slash still holding this bottom warehouse. We got Screwy laying rounds out. I'm not able to find him out though. As the aggression is moving in rather quick. Two yellows staring down Slash there for a minute. Good for the jump in. Now we do hear one coming up those side stairs. Caleb and Slash tagging up on Dame and Screwy. And there's Evan for a good one, pushing up as Slash takes the kill off him. Now Nano up above, finding some damage onto Slash. Not able to get a pick yet with how many headshots just landed. Nano into the 1v4 situation he just made for himself. I hate to say it, I got a feeling this round though might go to the side of Atlantis. There's a minute 30 left though to play with. Evan trying to peek and be aggressive. They're giving him live pings. He pre-fires the ping. Doesn't realize that Evan ran away already.
Cover me.
Evan now making the rotate over to try and find this thermite. Instead gets hit with the punch hole peek as Nano shuts him down. Caleb going up now lounge. He wants to take another 1v1. They keep feeding these to him. Nano may walk away with a round here for himself.
Before out.
With the C4 set in play, they have one more left on the side of Sprite. That's a pre-place going out as well. And he's gonna land it as Sprite picks up the kill. Atlantis now pulls ahead 6-5. Oh my goodness, guys. Ugh. I'm just so tired right now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Walls time! Reinforcing wall!
So this defense now prepping and setting up. Will Atlantis be able to close it out and force a map 5, or will Encore start their little bit of a comeback again? They do catch momentum every once in a while, but Atlantis tends to break their strides and break them quick. We already have Dame though aggressing for that bottom storage. He wants to make the push. He wants to play fast. Evan though gonna drop right down in. The buck is right there, and Dame gets absolutely fried, down to 1 in 12 on this map. Evan making the absolute hero play at that too. Slash now coming down. He wants to help push Screwy out of position. Screwy still very, very focused on that hatch. Doesn't even know Slash is there waiting for him. Easy pickings for the lying in wait Warden, as map 4 looks like it's going to immediately head to that Atlantis scoreboard. It is still a 3v5. There is still a lot to play for though, as Goza is still up. 15-7 is one heck of a scoreline, right? Nano gonna be going for some connector walls here. They want to make this push. Come on, Encore. start making the way forward. All utility being forced now to watch back on that warehouse side, even though we have the double push coming through connector. It is Tuchelos over there aggressing warehouse still. Now connector wall being ripped open by that thermite. Execute is incoming as Sprite will eat a load of damage there. Goza down. Tuchelos down. It is now down to Nano in the 1v5 once again as Evan finds him, fries him, shoots the body just to end the night. We move up now, map 5 in, oh my, in the chamber for a 7-5 victory to the side of Atlantis. I'm telling you, things are heating up on their end and they are looking really, really good. We now prep it up to move into Chalet. 2-2 evenly split with the reverse sweep on the menu. We'll be right back after a quick little, I believe, rehost of the lobby, or at least a quick tech pause here. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a best of 5 series that so far Encore has lost their steam for. Big shout out, thank you 710 Mookie for the follow. We'll be right back after this break.
This is Phase Ed Music.
we've seen Encore come out with that strong 2-0 start. You're thinking, man, this thing's going to be a 3-0 blowout. We're going to be done here by, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It's already almost over. Following that back with Atlantis, just dragging Encore through those maps. Encore would start late in those maps to make their own little surmountable comeback, bring it back to the final couple of rounds, and Atlantis able to just lock them down. Let's look at these scoreboards while we chat. Just completely astonishing. The dominant factor we've seen out of Encore early on, and then the fact that Atlantis just shut them down after. But what we need to look at here is the composition of these maps. Atlantis won Border and Nighthaven Labs, who tends to work hand in hand. Those two maps will play very, very similar. Whereas we've seen Cafe and Consulate go to the side of Encore. Again, it's a 3-tier map. They play out pretty smart. There's a lot to work with on them. And it's more aggressive to that side. I don't know the right way to word it, but there's a lot more long map playstyle that you don't see out of Border. You don't see out of Nighthaven Labs. That's kind of what I think sets them apart. Chalet doesn't play like any of these other maps. I will tell you that right now. Throw it down in the dirt. It does not play like Nighthaven. It does not play like Border. It does not play like Cafe. It does not play like Consulate. Chalet is a tight-tucked elbow 90-degree map. No matter what anybody says, there is a certain respect you got to give this map. The power positions are 9 times harder to clear because of the cutoff angles that you have to watch for. The defense, they have everything going for them, except that the attack can clear you quick if they put their minds to it. It's just, I'm going to talk back on myself for every description of this map because I've never seen a solid playstyle set to the tone of this map. As every time you're like, dang, that's the strategy, you watch a either attack just demolish that defense or that defense just stonewall that attack. There is no set mindscape to Chalet. Like Nighthaven, you know the power positions of take warehouse, take connector, you get upstairs. For basement, take down the back stairs, take down main stairs, take the main wall, you're in. Border, you come into that same mentality. Cafe, the same mentalities. Every one of these maps, they have that mentality. Including Chalet to an extent. Chalet, you have to cross push. You have to. But it's significantly harder. But there's so much out of the box thinking. But the map changes meta every season. There is no guarantees to Chalet, and that is why I absolutely adore this map. Looks like the teams are readied up, so we're going to fire over the ready message for ourselves and dive hopefully straight into Chalet as we kick off map 5 of our best of 5 grand finals. Everything on the line, nothing to lose, nothing but risk. Well, I think there is a prize pool, so everything to gain. Let's hit it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Chalet plays just, it's a beautiful, beautiful map, right? I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep loving it. It always has been, always will be one of my favorites. The kitchen side has become so dominant. The basement used to be the go-to point, has turned into the avoidance that you don't go near. Everything about Chalet's playstyle is spun on its head. And again, I will double talk back on myself. You will never get a solid answer out of me for this map. Besides the fact that I love it, besides the fact that it's amazing, besides the fact that it is the best map in the game. That is Chalet. The bands coming in, the Twitch and the Mira immediately gone. We once again will be seeing, I believe that is, Encore on their defenses to start this out. Brava and a zombie pulled off board as well. Let's see what John T has been saying about these maps. Consulate, a bit of a fast and loose. Cafe, definite fast and loose. Border, more structured. Nighthaven, structured. Chalet, I feel leans towards structure more than chaos. You see, Chalet is like that China shop. If you can put a bull into it, he's gonna wreck it. However, there is a fine, precise way to play it, and that does give Atlantis that little bit of respect that they need. Atlantis has shown that whoever is working the strat has a grasp on the structured maps. I think this ends up with Atlantis going to play in contenders relegations with an extra $100 in their pocket. Look at their playoff wins so far. Border, Bank, lost Chalet to Skyline. Lair, Nighthaven, Lair. 6-1 going into the grand finals for the playoffs. Encore has won Consulate, Cafe, Nighthaven, lost Consulate to Model 1 Red. They've won Border and Nighthaven. They are 5-1 in their playoffs going through. So, yeah, I mean, these teams are evenly matched. And looking at the maps that we're getting through these grand finals, it makes sense that we're watching them play out the way they've been. And that goes into the theory that we've been having about Atlantis, where structure is key. Chaos does not thrive. Which I think kind of plays more into the chemistry of Encore, like we talked about when Glitter was here. If you can have that nutty chemistry, you know, it tends to work out better. An immediate C4 out onto Evan as they lose their glass off. Rip C4 to the face. What a pick there for Goza. And he says nice catch as he's now trying to get back in their mental. Is Tadix, where are we landing? Your mom's bedroom. I just said that on stream. Right now, the defense from Encore is looking rather well inspired and set up. Seems like they may have had an idea in mind of what they want to play. They got Goza up here locking down the main wall across office with those two brows. And that's going to be a surefire way of denial. Don't let them even take an inch, right? Caleb, though, the Rewara on board is going to be massive if they can get to a position where an execute is key. Why? Because she can shut off the doorway leading back to stairs right here. That opens up plant angles if you want them. Villa wishes it was Chalet. Honestly, I wish Villa would make a comeback into the competitive pool. I don't care what anybody says. It was a decent map. Could use a rework, of course, as the metas all shift and change. But, I mean, that's to say with every map. Chalet is just great. Villa wishes it was Chalet. There are power strats on attack, library, K9, or solar. Yeah, there is. I'm not saying there isn't power attack strats, but they're not as well defined as other maps. Screwy finding Sprite with a great pick. We see Slash go down. Slash did straight with Screwy. Goza with a pistol onto Caleb. Suddenly it's Disma up in a 1v against everybody. And Tutelos will shut him down with that UMP. But now, I get what you're saying, John T. Chalet does have power strats. There are ways to push it. If it's upstairs in office, you got to push library side over. You usually get a solar body and a top mez body. That's part of that library side over. If they're downstairs like kitchen, again, you need the library take, solar take, and you execute towards site. Main stairs, or main lobby being a big point of that. If they set up for that bar side, well, it's all map control. That's all Chalet is, though. There's no power attack. It's just map control. See, there's a fine balanced line and difference between a map control take map and a power take map. Like, give me Border, it's a power take map. You give me Chalet, and I will tell you it's a map control take. There's no direct, I'm going to rush this and it's going to work. You're never going to rush that main office and make it work. You're never going to rush bedroom and make it work. At least not at the success rate that you see in these other maps. I think you need at least like an 80% success rate for me to call it a power push. For this, though, yes, you do have to power your way up Library Hall, but it's map control that you're grabbing. It's not power position, it's map control, which I know you can define map control as power position. I think that we need to make the clear difference in naming. Because there is one. Nano trying to play aggressive in the basement car garage side setup with the Solus. Oh god, I feel a sneeze coming on. This map does set up very, very nicely, and it is an upstairs hold, and it looks like they may be just rushing through for kitchen for some reason. As Ace will go for the main wall, Disma is watching, waiting. He's trying to aggress and power his way through here. However, they need to go upstairs and start making that push forward. Tuchelos eating loads and loads and loads of damage. Does manage to escape with his life. There's Goza for a beautiful pick there onto Caleb. Frying down that Dokkaebi. She wasted her one call and does not have anything else on board for her team except maybe some cameras to watch. Main office wall will come open due to Disma. And that is a great thing right there for him. Slash making the walk up library hall. We do have Sprite over in the top mez area. Don't be surprised if you see the smoke start raining out. Dame is playing rather tight and aggressive to that piano. Oh god. That kind of piano half wall. And from below, Evan able to pick up the kill on the Tutulos. That's something not a lot of people think of. However, Nano able to jump up, find Isma from behind. His Screwy will find Slash. Sprite will go down to Goza, and suddenly you've got Evan left into a 1v4, and he is entirely able to clutch it up. Evan to take some poke and prod damage there from Nano. It may be a smart idea just to not peek it. He runs up though. He's got one laying at his half wall. Grenade going out for the camera. I believe Goza was just sitting there chilling and relaxing, waiting for a possible peek. Evan using every little bit of intel and utility that he has in his pocket. No drones, no gadgets, in using his teammates' holes that they made. Pre-fires are good, however, right now there's nobody even peeking them because Encore know they don't need to peek. They can just play passive. He's moving forward. An overcommit swing from Dame will land some damage back onto himself, but not enough for a kill. Evan getting smoked out of that spot. Runs straight over as Dame will take his head off as he goes for the clear through breach. So far, Encore look like they're showing up for Chalet, which I kind of... How do I word this? I kind of assumed they would.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So now they set up for bar gaming. This is an absolute library hold, top mez hold
About grenades now.
that you cannot give up. They do have some shields on standby, 3 of them to be exact. And honestly, that might be just enough to lock around every inch that you need to hold. I think it sucks though is they lose that Azami and they lose their Mira, who are definitely 2 big key components to locking down mez and library the right way. That Mira up here on this single wall, oh, is just hard to beat. You throw in a zombie to play around these rooms, to play this top mezzanine, and you will never be able to clear them as long as they're alive.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Deploying ADS.
It definitely looks like Encore are a little bit more comfortable with this map pick. Flipping it down though, let's look at the side of Atlantis. They do have a Monty in place. A quick plane is a viable option. Sense is down there as well. I definitely would not hate that idea.
Out like a light.
Evan and Thatcher going upstairs now, trying to make the clears. They want to be able to push in without worry. And there are just so many Denari devices here that really it makes any sort of playstyle in a take for library extremely difficult. They do get the drones in. They know exactly what is holding all around them. And prep it up for the push as here comes Monty jumping in, sensing out where the warden is. Goza gonna hit a good shot there onto Disma.
Bomb diffuser has been dropped.
But Dame able to find Sprite, denying that plant just a little bit longer. I got a feeling that might be the round there as we see Slash TK Caleb. Evan will find Screwy, however, Evan now just kind of trapped up in library. He does have some control. We're going to see Slash make the rotate around. This round is still winnable for them, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to be able to make out of it. 2 guys. Everybody on this defending team is very, very low HP. I say 2 guys just as we see Tubulos shut down Evan. Now it's Slash into the 1v4. And Evan going to continue to rage bait. Two's going down there. And now Slash has at least a winnable 3v1 on his hands. I say winnable. There's 30 seconds left. These defenders are starting to just lay down, lock in, and wait. As Slash makes his way up now to Luis. Where is he at? Well, he is dead. He overswung his body. Sorry, I gotta hit on that for a second. With the live pings coming, Goza waiting with a shotgun close. Machine pistol in the hands of Nano. Finding some damage on his Slash. Not enough to take him out. Slash to kill him with his own pistol. Oh my god, we could have seen a clutch round there out of Slash. He got 2 out of 3 picks fast. And put the other 2 into the chest of Frost. Just not enough to put her down. Let me see. Monty sold. They stalled on Mez office wall again. Need another source of pressure. Big window or bathroom. Pulse under is the pinch point. Isolate, eliminate, open punch holes on snowmobile, press trench. I mean, John T, you're making very good points. Are you a coach? Do you want to be a coach? There's a lot of teams who are always looking for coaches. I'm just saying. That is very, very smart play. But at that, we will see Atlantis now pull out their tack timeout. I mean, really don't blame them for that. Down 3-0 on map 5 of the best of 5. Yeah, absolutely needed. Besser, 4 got 30 people in this. Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, we got 37, 36 viewers. On a random, what is this, Wednesday night? Just go home. Next server, I'll give you perms to make announcements. Oh, Kalos, you don't gotta do that, man. You're good. Ugh. Someone want to come and take over this cast for me during this this kind of tech time pause thing? This little timeout called by the teams, because I'm beat. I know I should be going over and be like, hey, here's what we need to talk about. Here's what we need to fix. Here's what the team should do. Man, I'm not their coach. I can't make any adjustment calls for any of these guys. Like, can I can say. Thank you, Starbro, for the 2 subs that you dropped tonight, man. It is very much love, very much all appreciated.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Very much not needed, though. I'm not being rude. I don't like being given money. I enjoy being here for the fun, for the community. Giving money is great, though, but it's not my drive to be here. You know what I mean? Like, there are some people who are fully motivated by money. You know, they chase that paycheck. Casting's the win. No, man. I'm a community guy, man. I'm sick as balls. I'm over here dying. I'm like, I just love this game. I can't stop watching. I'm telling you right now, I could probably end stream and still just sit here and spectate. I could go quiet and just sit here and watch. But we are casting because I'm a caster.
5 seconds left before
Not an observer, as you can tell. I'm absolutely horrible at that. I need to get someone who wants to do that to come help me out once in a while, but especially for big games like best of 5 grand finals. Oh god. I'm giving this poor old Xbox controller a run for her money. Either way, now we do see Encore breaking out that basement defense, that dreaded thing, that scary thing. They do have a good, I believe, kitchen setup hold now. Goes up there, hopefully gonna play to defend it. But that is a main wall rip coming in here, and they don't have a tuber out in place to deny it. Don't be confused either. That could be a quick plan if wanted. They have Monty on board. They have Evan playing as their Glaz. I want to say, I don't want to be rude, but is that maybe a hey, I give up message from him? I'm just going to go play Glaz and have fun?
Close to me!
And the push down coming to Luis. We'll find Evan though. There goes your Glaz. Nobody even on him. Nobody is playing for trades. They're just taking random useless space. And they're really not even doing that very well. Evan is absolutely raging out too. I don't know if he's just still trying to rage bait and make jokes or if he's genuinely upset at some of these deaths. So it looks like Atlantis maybe, I don't want to say giving up, but the team just is not meeting that cohesion that they had on those last couple of maps. Goza, though, is 5-0 on the start of this one, as they're playing absolutely insane. I'm the pigeon man. Atlantis is not playing at all. Trades whatsoever, not taking any useful space neither. I just said that, bro. My 6'3" King Caleb is gonna lock in here. Let's hope, bro. They definitely need Caleb to start pulling some kills on the board. John, you're a coach. You definitely you seem like it, and it's really smart. Screwy's still gonna be trying to play these Maestro cams out. They are set up for some good denial. They do lose one of their big like attempts for this plant. You got your Glaz already instant picked. Sprite trying to go in and play it instead, gonna get burned down, gunned down, Slash pushes deep now into the storage room, manages to get a free kill on the Tuluos, and Goza. And with that storage room now being his lockdown, his control, it's a hard swing to get him out. Caleb going in, rushing deep for plant. We do have some coverage up above from Disma. Grenade's gonna be raining down. Hovered Dame with a quick peek. Slash up to his own 3K though. Shutting these guys down. Disma running down main stairs. Impact to hit Slash right in the face. Dame gonna be swung down by Disma. It's now down to Screwy. Left in a 1v2. All he has to do is just buy time. We're gonna see the plant attempt here from Disma. It's gonna be in a default or protected spot. Not really default at all. And Slash going for the swing here. Shut down and pinched in as Disma finishes him with a shotgun for the couples ace. 3-1 now as they're starting to maybe bring this back. Let's see what my analysts in chat are saying. You guys have been just absolutely going up, not at them for their gameplay, but definitely reading into it. I'm liking that. Good time to regroup as a team. Attacks feel like they started to stall mid-round. Shot calls need to start happening quicker. I could see that.
Protect your bombs from being.
They have been a little bit slowed on a lot of their playstyle changes. They haven't been able to ramp the speed up and down as needed, if you know what I mean. That may be one of the things that's costing Atlantis, not Atlanta. God, I keep wanting to call them Atlanta. But as for the side of Encore, right now, you're just looking to put this one to a 4-2 or a 5-1 split for your defenses, right? You bring yourself up to an almost winning position for Chalet. As there's no easy middle ground for it, you're just going to rip it back and forth and split down the middle, sadly. So you got to start making the plays forward. Start making the plays happen for your team.
Ready, set, bench out.
And as we kick it off, a castle on board for Goza. He has been loving to bring this UMP. We've seen it a couple times tonight out of his hands. I'm interested to see where this attack's going to aggress from, as Evan is playing hard for the main window right now of Master Bedroom. Excuse me. And Slash going for control of that snowmobile. Let's see what he's going to find. Well, he's going to find himself an easy first pick there on the Nano. Slash leading the way for his team so far this map. 7-2 as both Sprite and Caleb are absolute killless. One thing I'm noticing out of this Encore defense is they're setting up Kitchen like they want to play it. So, I mean, it's kind of understandable. Evan in there with the aggression. Gunned down, though, by Screwy. Putting up the kills that he's been looking for. Plus Disma to boot. Now it is all up to Caleb, Slash, and Sprite to get it here. Caleb will find his first pick of the map. Goes, though, to shut Caleb down. Screwy to shut down Slash. Now it's a 2v1 against a Monty. Your only hope is to make them TK each other. And Screwy with a knife as he hits a quad kill on the round. And of course, Go's gonna steal his defuse. 4-1 at the current split. If they manage to pull up a 5-1, I will be thoroughly impressed. Atlantis ACAD would slam the main roster, bro.
Attackers need to locate.
Yo,
and
King
defuse
Menace,
the bomb.
why don't you why don't you throw some wagers on it? I'll cast a wager. Thinking $100, bragging rights, and the main roster slot. That would be one heck of a wager. Best of 5 style. Heck, make it best of 7. Maybe best of 9. Run all the comp maps, right? Oh, well, kitchen style defense coming up here with a vertical extension, of course, because why not run the defaults,
Attacker's
right?
objective is to defuse a bomb.
They are starting to lock down here in kitchen, though, and I've been loving the playstyle that we've been watching out of the side of Encore.
Shield deployed.
Stand by to witness the panic.
We see Caleb and Disma trying to go in there and be quick. Right now, these dudes are not hitting their shots like they were at the first 4 maps. I mean, we're looking at almost an entirely different Atlantis squad.
Going Selma. Get ready for the breach.
And main breach now, denied by Goza. Setting those 2 brows in place, just denying time, denying everything. Nano down below, C4 in hand, trying to find a way he could rip it, grip it, and rip it to slash. So that's one gift he does not want handed to him, right? Anyway, he'll catch it. Like a football, as Nano slams him right down with it. That window still needs to be played though, right? You gotta keep that vertical advantage. Main wall still will not come open. And Evan, hot dropping in, trying to find Nano. Nano, though, has a shotgun, forced out of position, pushed into Disma's line of sight. Disma eating rounds off the vertical. Evan is deep for sight, though, and I don't know if they know this. I'm about to assume Screwy might. Tutulo is going to find Caleb up above. And Screwy just chilling and waiting. Tutulo's finding another one. There's the swing out for Evan. Evan is down. Now it is Disma into the 1v4. 5-1 is a opportunity for this attack, or for the attack coming from Encore now, as they manage to pick that one up. And Goza and Screwy absolutely leading the way. Tutulo is not far behind. 5-1 split, and they're saying the game just started. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I mean, that is a good mentality to have. You go full reset after every map, or after every round, right? It's all from zero. Goza, you had 2 legacy games coming from Evan. Bans are rolling in. We will be losing the Aruni and the Capital, following up with, well... Wait, hold on. As we're waiting for bans, we do lose the 2 round in the Ying. I read into chat and I see, why is Big Dog spray on Monty every round, dude? Followed by Z-Man saying, well, he's French. And honestly, dude, you gotta give Sprite the credit. Earlier in on these maps, he was doing great as the shields. And now he's just floundering with them, is the easiest way to put it. He's not locked in like he was before.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
The Sprite shield play is not equal to what it was.
We're ready for company. All set. Bench deployed.
Shield deployed.
Now, with the Atlantis roster bringing their defenses, they're going to be starting out with that bar games hold. Which immediately in turns means library, right? Everybody knows that that's the logical crossover. Make sure you hold library, make sure you hold top meds. See what you can make happen from there. This attacking side from Encore,
5 seconds left before
immediate aggression, the Rewara, this I keep wanting to call Sentry. Striker. Those are some good pushing ops when you mix them with a Grim and a Blitz. There is nowhere safe on the map. Throw Screwy on top of that, you know, as that gridlock. She makes good plays, smart plays. All the plays happen as she can hold down that back line. I expect good things out of this push so far, as Goza and Grim are already in, pushing deep for kitchen control. And I think they're going to swing this thing vertical, as that upstairs push has got to happen if you want to make any chance at taking straight in. However, Tutulos, tons of damage down here in kitchen. Left down to about 1 HP from absolutely, I don't even know what. I believe that may have been Slash down there, just letting it rip with that SMG. Goes to eat some damage as they are starting to poke and prod out into that library hall. This defense is coming to a head with these attacks. They are starting to come open with walls, though. They want to make the aggressive push around and start taking this top mez. They got to take top mez. They got to take library. They need to maybe shift some bodies around. It looks like Dame might be doing just that. Excuse me. The reward, though, coming in absolute clutch. Blocking down that top mez door. That clears them up for a push across. Dismo to find Tutulos. And there's a great pick as the Grim is now gone. Sprite eats a ton of damage here, though. And then you lose Dame. Suddenly, this attack is not looking as crisp and clear as their defense. However, Dismo will go down as Nano goes in, pushes in, takes and pulls. And they're managing to get their revive back up. Now it's suddenly a 4v4. Everybody's still on board. And Slash has that backside flank, but I believe they do have flank cameras set up. As Goza on that blitz is rushing to try and retake some. Slash eating some more of that gridlock damage, but it's not that major. Nothing super crazy to worry about. The execute needs to start coming over. There's 30 seconds left, and we're in a 4v4. 20 seconds, sorry, in a 4v4. Where is Sight? Well, where everyone else is sitting for this defense. The push needs to happen. Goza stacking up. Dame there to help provide some coverage. We got Screwy trying to run in. Nano taken down. Everybody taken down. It's now Screwy left into a 1v4. And a round that could have went to the attack is instantly into the favor of the defense as we see them pick up at least their second round on this map. Holy crap, Atlantis pulled out a stellar round there. But will it be enough, or will Encore put us into a match point and sing the encore of the night and put us and send us all to bed? Oh boy. Encore being 2 rounds off of being able to finish this game out is an absolutely insane thing for a map that just started less than 20 minutes ago. The defense, the extension is coming upstairs. I do like to see that. Hopefully gonna be able to hold kitchen out very well. They do have the Kaid on board. Something we really have not seen our Encore guys doing much was playing for that wall denial. Lion on board for Goza. They do decide to drop the shield off the team and just bring guns up. Goza is way better with a gun in hand, and everybody on that team knows it. So they let him have a DMR. Tutulos trying to aggress through. They need to start pushing. I think they're going to go immediately for a kitchen take, which would not be a bad idea. Dame now immediately for library side. They've got to get over. Office side, piano side are all in control of this defense though. Caleb making his own fall off routes now. Slash still trying to set up a little bit in sight. Things could go wild here. Tutulus though fried down by Disma. A quick peek as he overextended and overpushed. And another lion scan out. He still has one left in pocket. But I do not know if that's going to be enough for a clean execute here. I mean, Nano's still having all three hard breach charges in pockets. Are not great right now. Evan is playing a good hideaway game down here in Snowmobile. He knows that he has got to keep the back pressure up if he wants to deny a push. And main wall will not be able to come open, but the impact EMP is out, and now there is your main wall guy. Here it comes. There it goes. Evan going to be walking up the main stairs if he can manage to sneak away with it. However, I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to make that push. Instead, he's just going to continue on getting over here to play. Goza going to hopefully drone him out. However, there's Nano finding him. Live pings out, and Dame is down to Evan. Goza now going to make his way down here to hold these blue stairs, putting rounds right at him. I mean, that's enough to scare anybody away, right? 3v5 right now. Not much site control as there's 45 seconds on the board. Is Atlantis making the comeback? Hit reg not on the favor of Caleb as he will go down to Nano as he overpeaks him. And Nano then to find Evan. Slash does get screwy, but Goza and Nano look like they want to be making a direct push towards site. Vertical is still held by Slash. However, I don't know if he's going to use it to try and deny here. They do have a mirror up. The mirror puts some damage out on Goza. Goza, though, finds a kill. C4 out for Goza. Headshot on the Nano. Disma lays up a beautiful double top pick. And now a tack timeout coming from the side of Raven Shield, aka Encore. They were up on rounds. They're not saving this one at all. Burning it early because, well, they need to get something right mentally. They're just losing out some of these aggressive rounds that they need to take. This is where you need to come in and re-strap plan your attacks just a little bit. The defense for Chalet is typically fairly easy. Your attacks are where it all matters. We'll see what kind of adjustments they can make here and see what happens.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Welcome, Matt.
Now with the setup for office, you know, it tends to be more of a power position. Just keep holding for that main wall. Oh, my controller disconnected. Nice. Alright, we're back.
Reloading. Sensor on. Searching for electronics.
I've been loving the Solus room so far, dude. He has been grinding into that. It sucks that he had to use his impacts early on for rotates, though, because those do tend to come in handy. Especially when you got a Monty who just wants to over-aggress a little bit.
Welcome, Matt. Set.
We hear what could be the preparations of an Encore library side take, and it should work here quick. They're able to get in. Nano setting up for the flank denial. Tutulo's coming in down below. They need to get that pressure coming up on these guys. Because right now, I mean, we've seen Atlantis absolutely weather the storm. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm cooked. Ladies and gentlemen, your caster is cooked. I'm just now an observer here. We do have Tubulus going down in the West Main due to a frost map. In the grand finals, you let that kill you, man? Dismo gonna pick up that kill. Nano going down to Slash, though. One tap for the days. And Evan, now the Games Room Hall, faces off against the Monty here. Managing to at least put him into a bad position, but Evan will get gunned down by Goza. The Monty making moves. And Caleb trying to play up above. Has got to maybe deny at least a revive here. Dame is down. Dame is hurt. It's currently a 3v2 as it stands, but the Monty going to be going in for the revive here. Managing to find the down guy's leg. That's Caleb picking up the kill. Sprite still up here with him. Kind of chillaxing just a little bit. But Disna now being ripped by that vertical. Goza and Nano need to make a play happen here. I know that it is a 2v3. May not have the best positioning, but they are rotating themselves over to blue to try and play aggressive up. And it is a full relocation of this defense as they bring all guns up to bear. Nano walking right in now behind that Monty, popping the fire to deny the window swings. However, another one gets popped right on to deny them from getting anywhere. And suddenly, I got a feeling Atlantis may bring their defenses back. A window jump in as Sprite slams his own teammate, gets Goza off the board. Now it's Nano into a 1v2, which is entirely winnable, clutchable by him as they do start going for some wild swings. There are 10 seconds left. Gets one kill there on two. Sprite pulls the flashbangs, pulls the pistol, goes after Caleb, fries him down with a pistol. We go into match point now, ladies and gentlemen, for Encore. Holy crap. Match point with it all on the line. Goza saying Cade you sold. Now Goza wants to chat. To be fair, he did. He TK'd and then got fried. 6-3, 100 on the line. A relegation playoff match on the line. This is interesting.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
What will Atlantis do here? The defense going down for that bar gaming. It is a very, very solid hold. We've seen them pull off great things from it before. Let's see if they're able to weather the storm, though. Hopefully Encore got that second win and is ready to shut the door on this chapter. Close the book, if you will.
10 seconds to go.
However, I don't know, man. Atlantis is playing very, very good this map. Slash 10-5. I mean, everyone else has cooled down. Sprite, Caleb, all have slowed themselves down. Evan and Disma, not as hot as they once were. Where it looks like right now, everybody on Encore, they're enjoying the chaos that Chalet brings. Blackbeard and Monty paired up on the scene. What if we see a fast rush plant for Bar? Evan waiting, hits him as on the jump out of scree goes for the drone. Definitely a smart play there, and here comes the hot breach. Monty is in. Blackbeard's in there with him. Sprite, though, finding the Blackbeard from behind. Monty pistol up, gets one. However, he's taken down. Now it is Dame into a 1v4. He does manage to fry a kill out onto Sprite. And as we see Evan come over here for a wild swing, that was a decent rush, just not very well timed off of one another. What will Dame do? 1v3. A lot of time left on board. Evan peeking out with that shotgun ready. He may find him while he reloads. Grenade out. Here comes the lion skin. Bosh G to end the round as Evan picks up a great kill. Atlanta's still in this, down by 2. However, it looks like Encore may have just been playing around a little bit that time. Excuse me. Caleb may be dropped in 30 minutes going through the chat right now.
Locate and defuse.
You can't drop a man off of a bad game. 6-4. Whole map on the line. Whole night on the line. We are in map 5, baby. Going all the way. Maybe some OT. God, I hope not. Even though we've got 40 viewers, that would be really, really sick.
Attackers have discovered the location
Again,
of a bomb.
I can't thank you guys enough for all coming out here. I really don't deserve it. I'm doing horrible tonight. I'm floundering. My observing has been horrible tonight. Our production's nowhere near on par with where I usually have it. But I'm just so incredibly grateful and thankful for all of you guys. We now prepare to move into what could be the final round of the night here, as Encore are looking to shut it down and close the book and put it away back on the shelf. Evan getting ready for a run out of his own. Something that has set him apart these last couple maps has been his raw aggression. His spawn peeks, his quick kills, does not hit one off rip right there. But he does alert these defenders or attackers to his location. And now Dame looking a little bit more scared to keep playing the windows the way he's been. These boys need a timeout just so Evan can get his next sentence typed is wild, but absolutely true. Kitchen defense is locked up, locked in, holding in. Let's see what they can do. Dame is stacking up now. That Blitz Grim combo does go hard. You send the Grimbies in, it scares them. You send a Blitz in, and it makes them poop their pants. And the Flores doing great things, getting rid of a lot of this utility. These frost mats are absolutely killers so far. That's some more eliminated. They need to start getting into sight, though. Start pushing towards this building a little bit. Screwy does have this top mezzanine control, and he is very, very worried. But Evan has already dropped, and I would not be surprised if he does a late retake up blue or retake up top mezz. And just as we're saying it, he retakes blue side stairs, but Screwy is waiting for him. Shutting down the win con. Tutulos goes in. Finds a double pick there. His slash will go down too. Now this is up to Sprite and Disma. Sprite looking a little bit scared. C4 out of pocket. Disma still has his. Remember, guys, objective is down on first floor, though. Disma going back up for that vertical retake. That was a hard push and clear to make it a 5v3. However, Disma, if he's sneaky enough, he plays this right, he could get a free kill. Gives him the sound cue, though. That little bit of alert. And there is Tutulos fried down by the Kaid as he went for his own rotate. Disma still has his C4 pre-placed and ready. However, I don't know if it's going to matter much. These guys need to start and execute now, though, as there's only 40 seconds left on board for what could be the final round of this map. Encore, now is your time to throw. It is their round to lose, right? It is absolutely in pocket and entirely in a throwable situation. Prepping the hatch drop now for Kitchen. We do know Disma is chilling back for trophy, holding long angles. Sprite is now bead out, droned out. C4 pops. There's no one there to find it. Smoke's going in. We see the Blitz going deep. Blitz to find the kill. Goza going for plant. Disma up in the 1v4. Diffuser will go down. And now there will war to make the big plays. They walk down. Nano coming up behind. Goza there with the pistol at the ready. They put Mira into the corner. They put her down. Encore win this one. 7-4 on map 5. What a night, ladies and gentlemen. This one has gone on for absolutely ever. But it has been a stunning matchup. I want to thank all of you guys for coming out here, watching, showing some support. It was amazing. Massive shout out. Thank you, Whiskey Glitter, for coming in. Guys, make sure on Friday at noon, give his band a follow. Mary River on Spotify. Their album drops. Shout it out. Go, I don't know, pre-download, pre-save, whatever Spotify does. Go watch the Double Shot, because, I mean, if you know me, you know the Double Shot way more than you know me. I'm nobody. Those guys are big, massive. Massive shout out to Kayla Stiver for bringing me out here for tonight. And a big props to our team, who I believe is saved on this tab. Encore coming out here, standing out, walking away with a win all the way through the regular matches. 3-2 on the night. There's your OCS Arena champions. Till the next time, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good one. I've been your caster, and this has been some pretty good Siege.